Hi one and all. So in the last class, we learned about components of Orchestrator server. At the first level, we learned that Orchestrator server will provide the services in terms of layers. More specifically, it will have 3 layers, right? And then we learned few of the important components present in the Orchestrator server like queues, assets, process, and we also learned how to deploy a process into an Orchestrator server, right? So this is the last video of this particular course, and the concepts that we will discuss in this class are the components which we already have learned in the previous class. So it is a straightforward session. So, and this is the interesting concept that I have to planning to cover in this video, like how we can able to use Orchestrator server to control the bots, and then we shall see how we can able to edit the robot in the Orchestrator server, how we can able to delete the robot in the Orchestrator server, how we can able to get the log details for the robot in the Orchestrator server, then how we can able to use Orchestrator server to deploy the bots. And these are all straightforward. Just you need to go through the steps that is there in the presentation, and you have to follow the steps in order to carry out the specific task. Even for if you want to connect a robot to the Orchestrator, you need to follow the steps. If you want to deploy the robot to the Orchestrator, you need to follow the steps like this. And finally, we shall learn how we can able to manage the license. Again, we need to carry out the steps according to the presentation, and if you do that, then you can able to carry out that particular task, right? So I will go one by one. First I will start with how we can able to use Orchestrator server to control the robots, right? So according to the author, when it comes to the controlling a robot, Orchestrator is the best option, it seems. Obviously true, right? We already have learned that basically Orchestrator is a server. So where in this server we will deploy or will place the robots, and this Orchestrator will provide the services to the robots placed in the server. So that's why it is the best option. The server Orchestrator is the best option in order to control the robot, it seems. So now we shall see what do you mean by controlling means. So Orchestrator server can be used to schedule the robots or bots, it seems, so that the robot can execute the task or jobs within the time interval specified on the server. By whom? By the user, depending on the requirement. Clear? So Orchestrator can control an unlimited number of robots, it seems. I mean, don't think that this server can able to manage or schedule only one robot. It can be used to schedule or manage unlimited number of robots, it seems. Once again, number of robots in the Orchestrator server depends on the requirement, and we can easily assign tasks or jobs to the robots, it seems, depending on the need. So, and also specific tasks or a single task can be assigned to multiple robot systems. Once again, this also depends on the need, right? So all these, I mean, assigning a specific task to multiple robots or assigning jobs to multiple number of different jobs to multiple number of robots, okay, and to schedule the robots. See, all these tasks can be done by using Orchestrator server by the RPA developer very easily. That's what that is the main advantage of using Orchestrator server, right? Orchestrator also gives us the facility to maintain the log files, it seems, where these log files can be used by the RPA developer to know internal details. I mean, what is happening behind the scene with respect to carrying out the task by the robot, right? Okay, now we shall see the status of the robot. Okay, means the robot can be any of these 3 status, it seems, in their lifetime. So we shall see from the high level. So the status of a robot tells us about its availability and connectivity, it seems, at an high level. It tells about whether it is available or whether it is connected at an high level. More specifically, robot status will tell us whether the robot is available or busy or disconnected. So depending on this, we can able to use those robots. That's it. So we shall see one by one. These are the states the robot can have, it seems. One is available, other one is busy or disconnected, and these terms are straightforward. I mean, see here, this status of the robot shows that the robot is not working on any other task and is freely available to take task. That's what available means. It is free, so that you can make use of that robot in order to carry out the desired task. That's what. So busy means, as the name itself says, this robot is currently executing some task, some given task, and you can't able to use that particular that particular robot in order to carry out a different task or the same task, right? Correct. So that's what busy means. Disconnected means this status of the robot shows that your robot is no longer connected to the server. So first you need to connect to the server, then you can able to assign the task, or you can able to see the log status of the robot, etc. and so on. Clear? Okay, now we shall see about editing the robot. So obviously people are familiar with when you will go for editing, right? So similarly here, sometimes we may have to edit the robot, it seems. So when we shall see, in the case the robot is either not functioning properly, or we want to assign some other task to the robot. Okay, that's what it's straightforward, right? So when you want to manipulate the robot, let us assume that robot R1 was carrying out the task called T1. Now let us assume that the robot R1 has to carry out the task T2 instead of T1. Then obviously you need to go for editing option. Or this is one reason. The other reason is if you want to edit the properties of that robot, like the name, the username and password, type and description, then you can go for editing option, right? So that's what the author is telling here. To edit the robot, click on the edit button, okay, from the edit window, and change the necessary fields depending on the requirement. Example, name field you can change, username field you can change, etc. and so on. So this is the interface that will be given to the RPA developer in the Orchestrator server for dealing with the robots. So usually the robots will be displayed, the already existed robots will be displayed like this. Then if you want to edit this particular robot, just select it. Here you will get 3 dots. So similar to this. So there, when you click on that, you will get edit option. So click on edit option, then you will get an edit window where you can able to edit the robot. Even you can find a filter here. Suppose if you have forgotten the exact name, just specify a prefix, a few letters of that name, and click, automatically this list will be filtered. Clear? Now we shall go ahead with deleting the robot. See, all these are straightforward and you can easily understand this concept. So when a robot is not working at all, or if you don't need that robot at all, then obviously you will go for deleting it or removing it. So to do that, what are the steps that you need to follow? Once again, you need to follow these steps, and these steps are straightforward. Just you need to follow these steps, that's it. So once again, I will repeat the things. To delete the desired robot, select the robot and go to the admin screen by clicking the admin tag on the top of the Orchestrator server window. Then select more action, then delete the robot. Just that's all. You need to follow these steps, that's it, in order to perform the desired task. If you want to delete one or more robots, obviously we can select more than one. Multiple selection option will also be there. You can select multiple select and remove the robots from the page like this. Can you see here? There is a checkbox here. If you check this checkbox, all these robots will be get selected. And if you want to remove all this, then select this. Then go to the admin page as I said. Then they will get an option called delete option. Then select delete it. Clear? And if you want to see the log details for the robot, then what you have to do? Almost same interface. It will be. You can able to see. Clear? Now in the current version of the Orchestrator server, a little bit interface has been changed, that's it. See, vertically you can able to see queues, assets, jobs, process, right? Now in the newer version, you can able to see these options in a horizontal tab here. That's all the difference. That's it. Clear? To view the logs, almost same steps. To go to the robots page, search for the desired robot, click on more actions, then there will be a view log option in this case now. Then select view log, then the log details. You can able to view the log details of the respective or the selected robot. Now we shall see how we can able to use the Orchestrator server to deploy the robots. To deploy robots to the Orchestrator server, first we need to configure the machine with the Orchestrator itself. Right? So to do that, the first step is you need to go to this particular URL. So that's what more specifically, first we have to create a provisioning robot from the Orchestrator URL. This is the address of the Orchestrator server, right? HTTP platform.uipath.com, right? Then for creating a provision robot, see, these are all configurations for what? for deploying or for placing the boards into the Orchestrator server. So just you need to follow these steps, and these steps are straightforward. I don't need to just repeat these steps, just follow these steps, and it is straightforward and it is very easy, right? Okay, and then once you do this, configure this, then you will get a window like this, configuration window, where you will need to supply the machine name, like name, domain name, password, description, etc., and so on. Just go through this, follow these steps, it is very easy, right? Then follow these steps. These are nothing but providing the machine name of the password, etc., so on. Now we shall see connecting, how we can able to connect a robot to the Orchestrator. So once you deploy a robot to the Orchestrator, we have the machine name, key for each robot, and where you will get the key, machine name, you can just follow these steps, you will come to know how to get these keys, all those things. So machine key usually will be generated by the Orchestrator server, and it is straightforward to generate the key also. So just you need to execute these steps, you will come to know that. Clear? To keep the values of these fields, you can create another robot from the provisional robot. If you want to create a new robot, we have to take authentication from administrator. Obviously every control will be there under the administrator, right? See again, to connect a robot to the Orchestrator, you need to follow these steps. See, this is what I was telling. Key, this is the, let us assume this is the machine name, this is the server address of the Orchestrator, right? Like this. So there will be a this is can be used to check the connection, and if it is connected, if you want to disconnect, you can click on this. That's it. So just you need to follow these steps. So now we shall see how we can able to deploy the robot to the Orchestrator. Once again, the steps are here. Just follow these steps in order to deploy the robot, and we already familiar with this window. Okay, and then we need to create the environment for our robot. And again, creating an environment, it's very simple. Just click on plus or create environment. See, can you see here environment? Then click on this plus. So there you will get a window like this, where you need to provide the details for the environment. Then you need to choose create. Clear? And then after creating the environment, a small window will appear like this. Okay, so where we can able to manage a robot within that environment. Okay, so just follow this steps. Okay, so this is about deploying process window. Okay, just follow the steps. So the last concept that we have to discuss is license management. So obviously license will be provided by the salesperson. To manage and deploy the robots, we are required to register the license on this server instance, on the respective server. So once you have received the license, the deployment and maintenance process becomes faster, it seems. So how we can able to activate and upload a license to the Orchestrator? Just follow the steps, and it is straightforward. As I said, so license code will be given, you will get from the sales team or a centralized location, right? Just follow the steps. Just follow the steps in order to see, you will get the status like this, not licensed. Once you activate and upload the license, you will not get that particular option. Clear? So, and the license will also have expiry date for each robot, can be checked. So, and I mean, more specifically, you can see each and every information about the robots, what task it is producing, at what time it has been scheduled, and how it is working, and whether it has been licensed or not licensed. If it is licensed, the expiry date and the license number, everything can be, every details you can get from the Orchestrator server. Clear? So this completes the entire course. So if you have any doubts regarding with respect to the course, you can contact me. So with this, I will end the session, and as well as I will end the course. If you have any clarification with respect to the concept that we have discussed, not only in this class, even in the previous classes, you can contact me. So thank you, one and all.